A very exciting week for us. We had research coverage initiated on St. George this week by MST Financial and by East Coast Research. Very good reports which I think help educate investors as to the potential that St. George has and the undervalued nature of our shares. They put price targets on us of 12 cents and 14 cents. I think that's already resonating well with investors. They can see how undervalued we are. Share price is moving, so it's a very, very good week for us. And the reason for the excitement is this new project that we have. So most of you would know St. George as the explorer in Western Australia for lithium and nickel. Very challenging commodities at the moment. We still love future-facing commodities, but we wanted a commodity with really good market dynamics, one that's not going to have a supply response to shatter it. And we found that in Araxá, Brazil, with the niobium rare earths project. So we just completed the acquisition of this project in February, 26 February, announced on 27 February. And it's got some really great features, which is why it's giving us a lot of value. So we're in a tier 1 location. Minas Gerais is the best state in Brazil for mining. And we're right next door to CBMM, which is the world's biggest producer of niobium. So this is an established mining district. They know all about mining. This mineralization was already had 500 intercepts of high-grade rare earths and niobium, so really good intuitive feel that this is going to be an economic deposit. The mineralization starts from surface. We've already announced our JORC resource, so earlier in April we came out with our JORC resource. It's a very significant resource, already globally significant in the niobium space and also in the rare earth space, and I'll show you that in a second. We love these metals. As I said, we love future-facing metals, and these have got great market dynamics. Niobium, only 3 primary producers, and rare earths, well, you're all seeing the geopolitical tensions at the moment, creating a scramble to get that security. We've moved quickly to put in-country management in place, so we've got a number of ex-CBMM employees on board, engineers, so they know how to build mines and manage mines. Really giving us a chance to hit the ground running. All those features go together to give us a chance for a fast-track development opportunity here. Established mining region, resource already established as well, great team in place, skilled workforce. Mineralization starts from surface, it's free digging. It's going to be a great opportunity for us. So we announced the resource early in April. It's a world-class resource, so we've got 2 resources. One is the rare earths and the other one is the niobium. So the niobium is 41.2 million tonnes at 0.68% niobium, 280,000 kilotons of niobium metal. That's enough, we think, to give us a 20 to 30 year mine life, but it's not only the start. We're going to drill more and we'll probably double that resource this year, and that's also going to be just a fraction of what really is there. So we're looking at a really long mine life of a high-grade niobium deposit. The rare earths is even more impressive in some ways, 40 million tonnes at 4.13% TREO. Anyone that's familiar with Lynas, go back and have a look at what their resource was when they started production. It's actually less than that. So we're already up there with some of the majors in terms of the rare earths potential, 1.7 million tonnes of TREO. Great location, the Barreiro carbonatite. So this is hard rock mineralization. The analogy for rare earths is Lynas, the Mount Weld deposit in Western Australia, and the analogy for niobium, well, our next door neighbours are the best analogy, CBMM, but in Australia would be WA1 Resources with the West Arunta discovery, also a carbonatite niobium discovery. So it's a great location, established mines, CBMM on one side, Mosaic with a phosphate project on the other side. Located very close to infrastructure, working workforce, etc. The deposit has got really favourable characteristics. So you can see there some of the drill intercepts, start from surface, thick, high-grade intercepts. The niobium is amazing, 43 metres at 1.5% from surface. But see that top one for the rare earths as well, 60 metres at 11.1% TREO. These are great, intuitively you can see this is economic mineralization, economic volume. That's a 3D perspective of the resource as currently modelled for the JORC resource. It's only been modelled down to 100 metres. We know that there is more mineralisation below that. It has been intercepted down to 150 metres, high-grade rare earths and niobium. So far, we've only modelled it down to 100 metres. We know our neighbours have intersected high-grade mineralisation down to 800 metres. We don't know if ours goes that deep, but certainly it's open in all directions, open along strike and also open at depth. So great opportunity for more drilling to expand that resource, and that's what our aim will be when we get on the ground drilling very soon. So we think we've got great competitive advantages, both the niobium and the rare earth side, give us a chance to be the next to market with these resources. In terms of project logistics, as I said, we've got access to low-cost renewable power. We've got a road network already set up going to port. The neighbours have been doing this for 50 years. We know exactly where to go. Ready access to a skilled workforce in Arusha town, which is about 5 kilometres away, and also Belo Horizonte, which is the capital of Minas Gerais. This is established mining district, so people know about the environmental permitting. We're not in the middle of a virgin territory where we're going to have trouble. We're going to get the permitting through quickly. It's an established permitting process that we're following. The deposit is really the strength of this project. You've got high-grade deposits starting from surface. You can't go wrong. It's free digging, so there's no blasting, minimal crushing required. It's open in all directions, so we're going to do more drilling and increase it. We think there's a potential order of magnitude increase in the mineral resource estimate. We've got similar geology to our neighbours, so we're very confident we can produce a commercial niobium product, just like they have been doing. And I think we've got very strong ESG credentials. We've got a small footprint. It's not a big ionic clay type project, which is really quite expansive. This is really hard rock, quite limited footprint. Very important, once you have a good deposit, to have a project delivery team. So we've moved quickly. We've now got a team with more than 80 years combined experience in Arusha and niobium rare earths mining in this location. So that gives us a real opportunity to fast track this development. The top two names there, Tiago Amarol and Adriano Rios, they're here today. So if you want to come and have a chat to them, please come to the booth. Engineers with experience, metallurgy, mining, ESG, licensing, etc. So we've got all the expertise ready there. The other two gentlemen, one's the expert for the plant design. He designed the CBMM plant. And the other guy is the expert in mineral processing, one of the leading experts, if not the leading expert in niobium mineral processing. So we've really got a great head start with our team in Brazil. We've also got Brazilian experts in Perth at our head office. Cauê Paulo Raio is a geologist by training, but has had great corporate experience at advisory firms like Hatch and SRK Consulting. And Wanderlei Basso is our group exploration geologist, trained in Brazil, but has been working in Australia for many years. We've added Adolfo Sacida, former Minister of Mines, to our board as an advisor, so he gives us great connections in Brazil. And our permitting advisor is Germano Vieira. He used to be the head of the secretary of the Environment Department, so he knows exactly what to do to get the permitting done. We have signed a cooperation agreement with the state of Minas Gerais, so this is a very refreshing approach to business. They have agreed to expedite our permitting approvals in exchange for our investment. Latin Resources did something similar, and they got their approvals through in 9 months instead of the typical 3 to 4 years. We have an EPC contractor already with us. It's the Shinhai Group. They have a booth outside, by the way. If you want to go and have a chat to them, you'll be very impressed with their speed and cost efficiency in putting plants into place. So we're working together with them. They've invested $8 million into St. George as well, so that aligns their interests with our shareholders. We've signed development partnerships with 2 scientific agencies in Brazil, Embrapa and Senai. They're helping us optimise the flow sheet to produce rare earths and niobium products. We've also signed up to the Magbras project, so Brazil is trying to be the first producer for permanent rare earth magnets in Latin America. Our material will be very conducive to that. And we've also signed up MOUs with some of the industry players who can see us being next to market and providing a new supply of niobium, one of the big steel mills in China, Fangda, and one of the specialist alloy metal traders. We love these metals because of the market dynamics. So niobium, only 3 primary producers. You don't get that supply response. It's going to shatter the price. You can see from that box on the right-hand side how much some of the Asian investors pay to get a foothold into the niobium space. So CBMM sold off a 15% stake back in 2011 to a Japanese and Korean consortium for 1.8 billion US, and also to a Chinese consortium for US 1.95 billion US. In today's dollars, that would be a multiple. We're never going to be as big as CBMM, but we could quite easily be 10 to 15% of as big as CBMM. They're the kind of values you can start thinking about our company on a multiple. Niobium, it's used as additive to steel, to strengthen steel, make it more heat resistant, less corrosive, lighter. It's used for structural steel, buildings, pipelines, automobiles, but also for military equipment. Niobium oxide is a further refined product used for more the high-tech applications, and also now for batteries to make lighter, stronger, charge faster batteries. That's a quick price chart for niobium, so you can see very stable, gently rising. We love that kind of market. Rare earths, very fragile supply chains, as we've all found out in the past couple of weeks. 90% of the rare earths come processed in China, come out of China. So there's a great impetus now from governments and industry to find supply outside of China and establish domestic supply chains for rare earth products. And you can see from that chart, the two main producers are Mountain Pass in California and Mount Weld here in Australia. And our little Arasha is right up there with them already in terms of grade and size. And we're only a fraction of the way done in drilling this resource out. So we think we're already globally significant and going to be even more globally significant as we continue drilling. That's a quick chart for valuation comparisons. We're about 50 million market cap. Actually, we've just gone up this week to maybe 70. But you can see the Linus and Mountain Pass, they're up at about 5 billion US. That's the kind of aspiration we have eventually. Obviously, we need to do a lot of work to get into production, but that's our aspiration. We've done a lot of work since we announced this project in August last year. We signed up our in-country team quickly in August last year. We've signed the cooperation agreement with the state of Minas Gerais. We then moved quickly to lock in our $20 million capital raising. We closed the deal on 7 January. We've already started our downstream processing network. We've pumped out our JORC resource, and now we're going to start drilling very, very soon. Lots of strong news flow coming. The permitting process is ongoing with government, so you'll hear a lot more about our licensing this year. We're going to start drilling very, very soon. We initially said we'd do 5,000 meters, but I think soon we'll be announcing we're going to upgrade that to 9,000 meters because we're just so excited by the potential that this drilling program can achieve. Met test work has commenced and is continuing. We should have first results next month. We're also looking to restart the pilot plant that the previous owner had to produce some sample products. We're continuing to talk to strategic investors, so there could be some really good news there with some investors. And we're continuing our economic and development studies. We should have a scoping study / feasibility study out before the end of the year. So that's a really fast development. Our share price is about, well, this was done last Friday. We were 2.2. I think we've traded very well this week, as I said earlier. So still very, very undervalued compared to the price targets that have been set by our research coverage, 14 cents and 12 cents. So great opportunity still to invest in St. George for 4x or more return. So that's the presentation. We're building what we think is a globally significant niobium and rare earths company. We have a booth outside and the boys are all here, so feel free to come and have a chat to us. Thank you.